Triad Multiple Listing Service, in compliance with the NAR Antitrust Settlement, added new rules on August the 1st, 2024. March the 15th, 2024, NAR entered into a settlement agreement. For the full details and timeline, please visit their website. This is a review of the mandatory rules implemented by Triad Multiple Listing Service. The NAR settlement terms as negotiated by NAR include discontinuing the inclusion of a listing broker's offer of compensation in the MLS platform or any similar platform. Triad MLS removed the compensation set from the MLS listing input and display from all listings. Compensation data fields have been removed from all listing history in the Triad MLS system. The NAR settlement terms prohibit any use of the MLS to communicate the offer of cooperating compensation and or the amount. This is prohibited in public remarks, agent-only remarks, in or on photos, photo captions, and virtual tours. Compensation offering cannot be included in any documents uploaded in the MLS or included in attachments or comments in ShowingTime, the ShowingTime Offer Manager System, Savvy Card, or any other third-party service used by the MLS. As posted on July the 19th, 2024, making an offer of compensation on the MLS is a violation of the new rules Section 1.2a, Section 5, and Section 5.1, and is a Category 1 violation. Upon receipt of notice or discovery of potential violations, Section 1.2.0 states that the MLS may take any steps necessary in its judgment, including deleting the listing records or portions thereof, to avoid or remedy any violations of law, breach of these rules, or infringement of intellectual property right. As such, the MLS would immediately remove offending data and then process as an immediate violation. As with all Category 1 violations, the first offense carries no penalty, but each additional does, as detailed in the Triad MLS Common Compliance Policy Addendum A in the Triad MLS Rules and Regulations, including this fee schedule. Another requirement of the NAR settlement is that the MLS must require consumer disclosures of compensation. This applies to both sellers and to buyers. Failure to provide required consumer disclosures of compensation results in a violation of new rules Section 1.02 and 2.01, and compliance staff would take the following actions. If complaint is from a Triad MLS user, compliance staff would send an email to respondent requesting relevant documents. If they provide the requested documents, the matter is dropped and that information is filed. If they do not reply or cannot produce requested documents within the allowed time of 2 business days, a final notice is sent, stating that they are required by the settlement to provide that to consumer, and the matter is then considered resolved from an MLS perspective. If the complaint is received from a consumer, a canned reply will be sent directing them to the appropriate contact. When working with buyers, realtors are required to have a written buyer agreement before touring a listing. That agreement must describe the broker's compensation. The amount must be objectively ascertainable and not open-ended, and the broker may not receive compensation from any source that exceeds that amount in the agreement. Failure to provide this written agreement results in a violation of new Section 2.0.2, and compliance staff would take the following actions. If a complaint is from a Triad MLS user, compliance staff would send an email to respondent requesting relevant documents. If they provide the requested documentation, the matter is dropped and that information is filed. If they do not reply or cannot produce requested documents within the allowed time of 2 business days, a final notice is sent stating that they are required by the settlement to provide that to consumers, and the matter is then considered resolved from an MLS perspective. If complaints received from consumers, a canned reply will be sent directing them to the appropriate contact. All Triad MLS participants and subscribers are encouraged to read all of the new rules carefully. The last rule added on August the 1st due to the NAR settlement reads, using MLS data or data feeds to establish a platform to make offers of compensation from multiple brokers. Note, this violation will be enforced immediately and will result in the immediate suspension of the respondent's access to any MLS data and data feeds until the violation is corrected. This is a violation of Rules Section 5.2 and 5.3 and does not carry a fine, but as stated above, results in an immediate suspension of access to Triad MLS data until the violation is corrected. Triad MLS participants and subscribers are encouraged to read carefully all notices posted in the News and Alerts section of Matrix. All North Carolina realtors are encouraged to read carefully every updated post by the North Carolina realtors in their legal Q&As. To access all Q&As released by the North Carolina realtors on their website, log in. Using legal and ethics under the risk management tools, link to the legal Q&A library. To remain compliant with the NAR settlement, Triad MLS participants and subscribers must abide by these new rules.